3 years ago, if I wanted to sell a hoodie online, it was impossible. You needed a print-on-demand supplier. You needed to connect the payment gateways. You had to sync catalogs to Instagram, to Meta, and maybe to TikTok Shop. And every step costs money. Every step added friction. You had to know how to do it. So you require like a lot of technical setup. And if you got one connection wrong, nothing works. But today, I'm going to show you how digital commerce has evolved, how print on demand has become much simpler, and why this shift matters on any business. And at the end, I'm going to show you how to launch your own store today. First, what is print on demand? Print on demand means that you sell a product before it exists. When somebody buys it, your supplier prints, packages, and ships that product to your client. You do not hold inventory, you do not build pre-stock, you do not manage fulfillment. It's one of the cleanest business model in the modern e-commerce. Now, let's zoom out for a minute, okay? So, digital commerce or e-commerce simply means selling products or services online. It could be through a website, through a social platform, or maybe through a marketplace. And today, commerce is not just websites. It's internet shops, TikTok shops, Meta catalog, whatnot. You have a lot of options and it's really, really rising in popularity. So why does this matter to you as a business owner? Because no matter what kind of business you have, if it is a personal brand, a restaurant, an agency, a nonprofit, maybe a gym, a church, a school, you can create your own digital products with your brand that are going to convert into physical merchandise that you can use to extend your brand awareness, or maybe even to create a first cheap product that your audience can buy to gain confidence in you and start getting into your more custom, heavy priced kind of deals. Merch is no longer just merch. Now, merch is marketing, community, and monetization. Now, let's talk now about what used to work and what was the model that we had seen before. Number one, you had to create a store, a place for people to go and buy your products. So that will mean that you had to go and make a Shopify store, which costs money, and you gotta know how to set it up. You gotta have an URL that you're going to connect to that, and you're gonna have payment processor which Shopify is going to provide you. So depending on the country you are, you need to do all of those stuff. You also need to set up fulfillment. It means that you got to take these products and you got to configure this shop for the stuff that you're sending to actually get to your clients. So as you can see, you don't even have a product yet. But only setting up your store is a lot of time. Regularly, you will have to go out and find somebody, some kind of agent that is going to collect money from you to build the store. And these guys are what is known as Shopify experts. Why? Because Shopify actually requires technical knowledge. So I'm not saying that you should not have a Shopify. I'm just saying that this video is for people that are not professionals and don't have like a very powerful brand, technical knowledge, and money. So after you build or your expert build this store, you need to put products inside of the actual store. So where does those products come from? And that's where print on demand comes in, which is the kind of merchandise we're talking about today. The print on demand store, it could be something like Gelato, Printify. There are a lot of it, okay? What they do is they got a catalog filled with products that doesn't have any kind of branding. You're going to be seeing them in a moment. I'm going to tell you which one we're going to work with, and you're going to be seeing the catalogs, and you're going to learn how to set it up. So you go to their site, to their platform, you pick your products. I want this, I want this, I want this. They appear into your own set of selected products, and then with any kind of tool, you go and put something really cute in them, and it's done. So now that you have your product catalog right here, you have your personalized products from their catalog. You have not paid anything, not a single dime right now. Just came here, created an account, and went and picked some products and just snap a pictures of your cat. That's very good. But now, how are you going to connect these products to be able to be shown into your store so people can actually come in and give you money, which is what we're talking about today? So this requires a connection. These platforms, most of the time, have an automatic connection that goes into the actual Shopify and syncs the catalogs together. So what's happening there is that every time that you come here into their shop and you pick a new product and make a new personalization, the system, when you sync it, automatically goes and adds that into your Shopify store. Now, what do you need your Shopify store to do? Collect money, sell, take the orders, and bring that order back from the Shopify to the actual Printify catalog or any other print-on-demand provider for that matter. And what these guys are going to do is they're going to look at that order and they're going to say, okay, XYZ store, you sold one of these models, and they're going to send it to somebody that has a factory that can actually go and build your product, put it inside a box, put a label on it, and send it back to your client, which is this guy that we have here that just went into your store to buy some stuff. What you're seeing here is that you don't ever get to touch the product. You don't ever get to do nothing with the actual fulfillment. You don't put it in a box and send it through UPS, none of that. These guys right here are doing all that for you. They're sending the product directly to your client, the client that bought the product inside of your Shopify store. In which way are you going to bring people to your Shopify store? Well, you got to have, obviously, some TikTok, some Facebook, some Instagram. Maybe you got a campaign of ads that you're doing. Maybe you got to have also some ads on Google, and you got a Google merchant account, which allows you to sell the products online. We're going to talk about in 1 minute. Maybe you got a Google Ads. Maybe you're right. Maybe you have a big concert and you have a lot of followers and people go into your social media channels. And on each of these one, you have the URL for your shop. You remember that I told you about that? Well, actually, you set it up on your social media channels and they go there and you tell them, hey, you want to buy some cool stuff? Click here and go to my shop. And people go clickety, buy stuff on your shop. But there is another way, and this is the big advantage that right now Shopify has. This Shopify system has a very nice way of connecting to these platforms' sales catalog. So TikTok has a sales catalog. Instagram has a sales catalog. Facebook has a sales catalog. And Google, through Google Merchant, has a sales catalog. Is where you can go and click on TikTok and buy something from TikTok Shop, or buy something from Google Merchant directly on Google, or buy something from an Instagram profile where they have a little button that says shop and you can go and buy from them. So the advantage is that actually Shopify has a system that is sending your catalog of products directly to all of those channels. So as you can see here, now you went from having absolutely nothing to being a full-on e-commerce brand. So congrats, you have just learned more than 90% of business owners that want to migrate to digital. And this is all you gotta know. Why? Because Facebook, Instagram, TikTok actually handle the payment processing. So now with the new technology, you don't have to handle the incoming payments, the bank transfers, the API connections, nothing. Shopify just made it 100% easier to make this happen. And the print-on-demand guys actually made it 100% feasible and easy to have your own line of products. But here's the twist. Shopify, these guys here, are going to charge you money to be running your store. So what are the upsides to putting Shopify the way that e-commerce has been done until now? So first of all, we have the connections to the social media. Second, we have the fact that they handle the payments. Third, we have the fact that they are the ones that are syncing all of the products through the providers and the order. What are the downsides to this model? That is technically high skill required. You got to know how to do it on the platform. Although it has been getting easier, you are always going to need a guy that is going to be handling that for you. You, as a business owner, are going to have a very hard time learning this without any kind of background experience. And the second one is that most of the time we fix on the actual store and not on the business side of it. So it takes a lot of resources. And people have been complaining about this for a lot of time. But now there is a solution for which we're going to be talking about. So let's recap really quickly. Step 1, create a Printify or Agelato account. Upload products, set pricing, put up your own artwork, the picture of your cats, whatever you want. Step 2, you gotta create a Shopify store, pick a monthly subscription, have a theme, set up the theme, buy a domain, configure the payments, set it up, and connect it with the actual social media, everything that Shopify makes you do. Step 3, you got to connect Printify to the Shopify store and make sure your products are syncing correctly. Check the shipping profiles and test your checkout. And step 4, to really bump it, connect it to Shopify to Meta, Shopify to Instagram, Shopify to TikTok, Shopify to Google Merchant, sync the catalogs, fix the errors, you're going to find some errors, and resubmit your products. This works. It is very powerful, but requires time, requires money, and it requires technical confidence. For beginners, it was very intimidating, and for creators, it delays momentum. And here's the actual truth. Most people never launch not because the idea is bad. It's because the setup is very heavy. But now something changed. Printify has just introduced a new store model. No Shopify required, no complex backend, no full website needed. You just create products, the stores generate a link, you share it, and that's it. It's going to remove a layer, and when you remove friction, you increase action. Now, is it as customizable as Shopify? No, it's not. Is it scalable as a full ecosystem with Meta integrations, TikTok integrations, and advanced analytics? No, not yet. But here is the strategic shift. Before, you need the entire infrastructure first. Now you can come here and validate first. You can test demand, you can test design, you can test audience response, and then if this works, you scale into a full Shopify system without doing the investment. So this is lean digital commerce. It launches fast, it learns fast, and it scales intentionally. So think about this. How many ideas that you had never launched because people told you to overbuild before you validate your ideas? How many times you were creating something and waited until it was perfect? This new model lowers that barrier and invites to experimentation. And in today's attention economy, speed matters. No sloppy speed, a strategic speed. So the businesses that win are not the ones with the most complex tech stack. They are the ones that test, adjust, and move again. It's about owning a distribution. It's about owning your own brand. It's about owning your own digital storefront. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you exactly how to build your own Printify Pop-Up Store step by step, no fluff. And you will see how simple it is. And then you can decide if you want to stay small and simple or you want to scale to a full ecosystem. Either way, it's your launch. So let's jump in now and let's start building our own Printify Pop-Up Store. So the first thing you got to do is you got to come into Google and you got to find Printify Pop-Up Store. I'm going to leave you anyway the link in the video description. You come here is the landing page. You can easily identify it and you go and click Start Now. It's free. The first time that you set up your Printify, they're going to hit you with this window. So now you're going to just say, okay, I'm going to sell products. You're going to go really quickly, already selling online. And now you're going to go through the cycle to create your first product. This is very easy and also very useful because they're going to teach you how to actually use the Printify system. So let's say that I want to create a t-shirt. I want to add my designs. You can explore all of this later, and actually you can come here and put your own artwork using their AI, but maybe we're going to make a video later about how to use Nano Banana Pro without paying a subscription to actually be able to do this kind of stuff. And you can see how easy it is to produce this kind of designs. Right now, I just put my design right here in the print area. I can even come here and select the colors that I want my design to be enabled in. So there you go. That's pretty much it. And you save the product and there you got your first product done. Very simple. Very nice. But now let's see how to create the store and publish those products for people to be able to buy. If you remember before, I told you that you can connect Printify directly to several channels like Shopify, which is the one that we talk about, but you can do Etsy, you can do directly TikTok, you can do Amazon, Big Cartel, Squarespace, Wix, and eBay. Yes, you can connect all of those, but the one that we're going to be seeing right now is the pop-up kind of store, which is the one that we're talking, that you don't need any of the other setups anymore. And you can test this simply by creating a pop-up store. Once you click in the Launch Pop-Up Store, he's going to ask for your store name. I gotta tell them where do I pay my taxes, agree to the conditions, and just click Continue. And he's now going to create a new kind of pop-up store for me. The cool thing about this is that if you already own a domain, you can connect your own domain to this. So as you can see here, my domain right now is going to be sasapop.printify.ma, but you can actually connect your own domain to this. So it's very useful, and that really gives it like a sense of personality. Now you come and pick any kind of free design they have. You can pick whatever you want. And as I told you before, it's not really customizable, but it's very useful for what we call an MVP kind of product, which is a minimal value proposal or minimal value product kind of setup. And you just click launch. And that's it. The store is live. It was just 3 clicks, nothing else. And you can click visit your store, and here's it, just like that. It's empty. Of course, we haven't added any products to it, but it is already working. If I send this link to anybody, they're going to be able to see my products. This is a great stuff by Printify. Very, very beautiful for us to start our own business, our own brand, without having to spend a bunch of money, right? So they have a couple of different things that you can do. You can add your own products, but the first thing that you got to do is go into your store settings right here on their menu on the left. So in store settings, as I said before, you can add your own domain. It's just 3 clicks. You put your domain. If you don't have it, you can buy it, and you can customize a couple of things of the store. So if you click here and customize the store, you can see that you can arrange the product certain ways, that you can change a cover banner if you want, that you can change the custom color on the themes, and that you can put your logo into it, and you can link your social media, and you can actually put your social media handles here. here. So that's a very cool feature. And this is totally free. But the one that is important is the verification. So right here, I am already verified, but they're using a Stripe to know that your details are safe. So when you click here, they're going to show you a bunch of screens that you got to go through, and they're basically going to make sure that you have the right to sell in the country that you're creating the store for. If you're in the United States, where you got to have a valid driver license, a tax code, or maybe you're going to have an address or a zip code, they're going to ask for you for a bunch of documents. Is this inconvenient? No, it is the law and you have to do it, and you're going to have to do it with everything. With Shopify, with TikTok Shop, with Amazon, with Printify, with any provider that you pick to build your e-commerce is going to ask for these things. So when you come here into the products, you see that this is empty, right? Okay, so you're going to go into their catalog. And this is what I was talking about when I told you that they have all kind of stuff. Let's say that you have a hotel, and in that hotel, you pride yourself that you have very beautiful stuff, but you want to sell it. You want to sell the designs of the stuff that you have in your Airbnb, in your hotel. Maybe you have a restaurant and you want to sell your aprons with your brands, hats, caps, any kind of attire. So that's what you're going to find here into the catalog. You're going to have stationery accessories. You can have calendar, bookmark, desk calendars. You can even have your own products for human consumption. You can have your own brand of coffee. You can have your own supplements, your own creatine. So imagine this. Let's say that you are a very, very famous fitness trainer, people, and you have this big following. What should you have inside of your arsenal besides the fact that you're exchanging your time with people? Well, this is a very good way to start your own creatine brand without having to make the investment. After you sell a couple of hundreds and you validate that your audience is willing to pay for your own product, you can switch to a white branding provider. Basically, is somebody that is going to build the product for you. It's very similar to this, but instead of giving it to you for free, you're going to be paying for the production, and you're actually going to have stock. So that's when you evolve to a full-on Shopify catalog with e-commerce, with Amazon. But before, to be able to have those products, you had to do it from here. You have to set it up completely. You didn't have the option to have a pop-up store, and you basically had to take a couple of thousands, maybe into the $10,000, and build your entire ecosystem and start investing into ads and bringing people to your Shopify store to be able to do all of this. And it is a complex project to develop on your own. So for starters, this today that we have seen, this pop-up store system that we have seen today is the perfect solution for you to start your own brand today. But if you are already there and you want to start your entire system with your Shopify store, with your products professionally done, with all of your connections to Meta, to Instagram, to TikTok, to the Amazon shop, to the Google Merchant Center, you can come to us and we will do it for you with our Go Max program. I'm going to leave you this link where you will be getting a full-on digital commerce project, brand, and business, and the training to use it based on AI technology with this program. We will hook you up with an entire business that is going to sell on Instagram and TikTok. It's going to have you online very fast with professional grade design, and is going to be a pro solution, a robust full setup, the one that I showed you on the first part of the video. We have it for you. And we have different kind of packages depending on what you want to do. You can come here to this page, visit us, take a look, reach out, send me a message, and tell me if you want us to set up all of this for you. And in the meantime, learn how to use it and learn how to use artificial technology to improve everything that you are going to be doing. Beautiful design, beautiful content, beautiful video, everything done by yourself where you learn in our settings, products, and channels. Of course, as I always tell you, take all of these with a grain of salt, okay? This is a solution that I find very useful for people that come, for example, and complete my training in artificial intelligence, and they say, okay, now that I'm doing my own business, I have my own restaurant, I have my own coffee, I have my own shoe brand, I fitness trainer, we have a couple of those. I recommend books for people to read, and I want to have my own bookmarkers, and I didn't know I could have them. Well, now you know. We do this for our clients, the people that we train, or artificial intelligence technology for generative AI that we train on prompt engineering for them to build their own systems, their own short format content creations, their own long format content creations. We give them this tool in the training. And now they say, okay, my business is going great, but I really feel that I'm draining my time and I need to do more without spending more time. And this is a perfect way of expanding your brand. Merchandise is a great part of the business ecosystem. That's why all of the movies use it. That's why all of the studios use it. That's why all the music bands use it, because it is a great form of revenue. And today, with the democratization of the technology, you can have your own brand and merchandise too. Remember, artificial intelligence, e-commerce solution, digital business solution are part of our daily life. And now you got to embrace this kind of stuff to be able to get your brand, to get your business and get your solution to the next level. And it is easier than ever. Before to do this, you need to have a bunch of technical experience. You need to have a bunch of money. And now you see that I have just built a store and I can just start selling my products with maybe 10 clicks. And learning a little bit of artificial intelligence and prompt engineering, I'm going to have commercial grade, top of the line design and content to share with my audience. But you are the brand. You are the influencer. You are the one that is going to make this succeed. Technology and throwing money at it is not the solution. The solution is for you to communicate with people in an honest and direct way that creates connection and brings audience that is willing to trust you to buy your products with your brand on it. Artificial intelligence is not a replacement. It's a companion. And as I always say, go build your store, be good, be creative, and I'll see you later.